So hi, I'm good, and I'm here to show you how stun and all the other ailments affect your character. So I've covered how you can use the status ailments like shock, chill, and freeze, and ignite and stun to your advantage, but they also affect you in the exact same way. So I'm taking a lot of hits from these, these white skeletons here on the Merciless Ledge, and as you can see, they do a little bit of damage, but my character is never getting stunned. There's a little tiny animation you'll see for it. Like if I throw the trap, you can see the kind of skeletons get, they can get stunned. Wow, crit, nice. And, this character has such a large life pool that these skeletons here don't hit for enough damage as a percentage of my life pool to cause a stun on this character. So if there is a chance of stun, it would be extremely low enough to not really care about. So, this wouldn't always be true. Like, this character has a lot of life, so I don't really need to care about stun with this character. However, there's a node up here in the top right of the tree called Chaos Inoculation, which turns your maximum life to 1, become immune to chaos damage. And this node's kind of important because chaos damage bypasses energy shield. So you can build a non-CI character and only stack energy shield as your effective life pool. But the problem is if you get hit with some chaos damage, it bypasses the energy shield, so you have 700 life. That's not very much to counter chaos damage. So, you can take Chaos Inoculation and then only stack energy shield. But there's a problem with that, because now you have a character who has no effective life points, or has a very, very small effective life pool. So I can get on a CI character and show you how stun affects the CI character. So, as I said, it's the effective life pool is what stun is being measured against. And with CI, the effective life pool isn't 1 life, it's the life you would have had if you did not have Chaos Inoculation. So this is a little 92 character. I have some life on a belt and a decent amount of strength. I have maybe 1,000 effective life points. If I did not have Chaos Inoculation, I might have 1,000 life points. So, these enemies in the Merciless Ledge that were pretty, I don't know, they didn't really do much against the other character with 6,000 life, but there I just got stunned once. So I get stunned again. Yeah, there I got stunned again. So, as you can see, like, stun affects this character, and these are just enemies on the Merciless Ledge. They're not that incredibly dangerous, so I can just, one-shot them. It's not really epic of an issue. But, like, these enemies can stun me. If I go into maps, for instance, pretty much if I ever get hit by a mob, that's enough to cause, or to give, like, a 100% chance to stun, because they hit for, thousands of damage. So stun can be a very large issue in maps with CI characters. But there are ways of countering this. Like, for instance, as long as you have energy shield up, you have a 50% chance to avoid being stunned. So it's just a 50% chance to avoid being stunned. If you get stunned, sometimes you just don't get stunned. On top of that, I have taken Heart of Oak. So now I have another 30% chance to avoid being stunned, and that's multiplicative with the energy shield chance. So now I have around a 65% chance to avoid being stunned. And then on top of that, I have some evasion, if I use Grace, for instance, which gives me, quite a bit of evasion. So now mobs that would have hit me don't hit me. So now I can avoid stun that way. And you might say, like, well, I have a shield as well, which can completely block damage. So if I take no damage, I shouldn't be stunned. That's not correct. You can still get stunned if you block a hit. So I could take a hit, block all the damage, but I can still get stunned from that. That's one of the reasons why building a max block character, why building a max block character is like a really strong way to improve your effective life pool. Like, I had a character with 75% block and spell block, and he had 2,000 life, and like, you might say that's not very much, like, that's not enough hit points to make a map viable character. It actually is, because the block chance was raising my effective life pool to around 8,000. One of the big issues with it was the stun effect, because I could block attacks constantly, but I could get stun locked by seemingly harmless mobs. So this is also why some items like Calm's Heart, for instance, which gives 500 hit points, it used to give 1,000 hit points. And, you know, if you equipped a Calm's Heart, it effectively made you immune to being stunned, on top of giving you, you know, a tremendous amount of life regeneration, on top of the fact that it also improved your life pool to, you know, basically levels that made you unkillable. So, that's kind of like how stun works. In addition to stun, shock, chill, and freeze, which are also based off a percentage of life pool and damage you take from a single hit, they work the same way as stun. So a CI character is far more susceptible to shock, chill, and freeze. So, you know, life-based characters, hits don't do that much damage. You might take 200, 300 damage from a cold damage hit attack, maybe up to 1,000. And like, you know, that could freeze you for a short duration. But with CI characters, if you take, you know, like a 300 damage lightning damage hit that causes a shock, that causes a 10-second shock instantly, while on a health-based character it might cause a 2-second shock. So you kind of have to have ways of mitigating that if you don't want to get instantly shock stacked. So you can take like grounding flasks, which remove shock. Or for instance, like if I got hit with that same amount of damage of cold damage, which caused a freeze, suddenly I'm being frozen for the maximum duration, which is 3 or 4 seconds. So with CI, you can stack energy shield, and it's really, really efficient to stack energy shield. It's really easy to get a lot of energy shield on gear. You can get a chest with 1,000 energy shield instantly, another shield, like this one is 350 ES. And it's really easy with just a couple of ES nodes to get up to, you know, like 6,000 to 8,000 energy shield. It's very simple. Whereas getting like 6,000 life, even on my character, which took pretty much all the life nodes on the left side of the tree, it took that many to get that much effective life. So you can deal with freeze and chill. Like this character uses a Hrimnor's Resolve, and then I also took these nodes over here, Crystal Skin and Avoid Chill and Avoid Freeze. So this character is immune to chill and immune to freeze. That's how I kind of dealt with that. So, you know, CI, it's really strong, but stun's kind of an issue, which is why life-based characters, even though they have a much smaller effective life pool, they have many other innate defenses that give them a lot of strength, even if it's at the cost of having less burst damage defense. So, I'm Gouda, and I will see you next time. Oh yeah, whoops, I forgot to mention one thing. One of the other ways to counter stun is actually getting increased block and stun recovery. So like there's these nodes over here by Heart of Oak, which give increased block and stun recovery. As I said, the duration of stun is constant. So if you get increased block and stun recovery, you can mitigate the stun that way, because you'll recover from it so fast that it may as well have never happened. It'll basically just work like how an interruption works. So you can get block and stun recovery on gear and off the tree. And this character gets up to 54%, which is a decent amount. And that kind of reduces the stun duration to around 200 milliseconds, like 180, 200 milliseconds. So yeah, block and stun recovery. It's not worthless stat. It's actually a really good stat. If you can get around 70 to 80% of it, you don't really need to worry about stun anymore. So yeah, okay, I'm done. Cool. See you next time.